rise to the pledge of allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Steinbrink?
Here.
Mrs. Ulas? Here. Mr. Forkwitz? Here. Mr. Allen?
Here.
And Mr. Serby is excused.
Item 4, minutes of the meetings. This is for January 21st, 2008. Presented to the board members of the form. Motion to approve. Second. Motion by Clyde, second by Steve. Any additions or corrections? Hearing none, those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So carries. The next item is item 5, citizens' comments.
Dick Bukowski?
Dick Jankowski, 72250 First Avenue. I wanted to take note and congratulate the board and the village administration for the use of certain Standard & Poor's bond rating. And this is something which I think some people don't really appreciate, the intricacies of finance and how this is significant news in terms of the status and health of the village finances, number one, which is a good sign. And number two, also benefit that pays off in future years because of the ability to obtain credit on a much more favorable basis, which saves taxpayers money. We're seeing right now, I guess perhaps it's the village's turn to have a breather, the political dogfight going on in the city. And one of the issues in the mayoral debate candidates forum last week happened to be the reserves of the city, it's the spending. And one of the issues, maybe we have too much money in reserve. Well, having money in reserve is smart because that is what we use not only to balance the budget, but to deal with rough times and to secure favorable credit ratings, which in turn leads to savings down the road. And I thought it was somewhat disingenuous, noting that the city just had a tornado that hit us. This is one of the reasons why we can use it, in case there is some type of catastrophe as well, that the community will have a source of cushion and protection. So I think that the village staff and the village board deserve credit for that issue. And it's something I think a lot of people really don't pay attention to, need to pay attention to. There's a couple of different schools of government. One is you run everything close as you can to the bone, you wait till the very last minute, and then you scream at the voters that you need money. Our school district is very adept at doing that. They don't budget, they don't plan for future needs. And as a result, raising taxes go up and up, and also these various referendum issues. That's not necessarily a smart method of municipal finance. The more prudent method is to put money aside, to plan, budget, have adequate reserves, and to do things in a responsible manner. Thank you.
Everyone is silent.
Anyone else wishing to speak on citizens' comments? Hearing none, I'll close citizens' comments. Move on to item 6. We'll move on to item 7, correspondence. First item being item A, it has received the letter from Cross and Company regarding auditing standards.
Mr. President, this letter is from our auditors, Virgil Kraus. This year they have new auditing standards that are intended to provide enhanced communication to you as a village board. This letter outlines certain things they want to communicate to you at this point in time during the planning and eventually during the completion phases of the audit. It outlines what the auditor's responsibilities are as well as management's responsibilities in terms of the audit process. They also say in the letter that if you're interested in looking at certain matters or communicating to them on certain matters, and they list a list of matters that if you want to communicate to them, they give you their information concerning contact information. Our partner for the job is Vicki Helen Brandt. She gives her phone number and her email address. They talk about the audit process that they do, a preliminary audit, which the village has completed theirs on December 17th. And then there's also the final field work, which is done, we actually do in 2 phases. Our first field work is done March 25th through the 27th. That's our utility and recplex portion. And then we finish up on April 16th through the 18th with all the rest of the funds, including our general government. So this letter just gives you information, communicates to you. If you want to contact auditors, you may contact them at the numbers and the email addresses identified. That's all I have on terms of the letter. Any questions?
Comments or questions?
Make a motion to receive and file.
Second?
Motion by Clyde, second by Monty. Any further discussion? Hearing none, those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So carries. Brings us to item B, and that is receive standard report municipal bond reading.
In your packet, you have the report from Standard & Poor's concerning our rating. We met with them on a conference call an hour ago or so, and they, as a result of our communications with them, have upgraded our rating from an A+ to a AA-. We also met with Moody's at the same time, and they retained our rating at an A1, but they changed our status to promising instead of just stable, or a good outlook instead of just stable. I have a history of our bond ratings over the last 7 years. We actually first got rated in 2001. Moody's initially gave us an A3, and Standard & Poor's gave us an A+. So we've been with Standard & Poor's at A+ for a while now. Moody's gave us an upgrade in 2003 and in 2005, and now Standard & Poor's has given us an upgrade in 2008 with this issue. Standard & Poor's rates a number of municipalities throughout the state. Just to give a comparison, currently these communities have an AA- rating. The city of Jamesville, the city of La Crosse, and then also the state of Wisconsin has a AA- rating. The city of Kenosha and Kenosha County both have a AA rating. So those are some comparisons for you. The city of Milwaukee is also a AA rating. There's only one AAA rating, and it's the Madison Area Technical College District. And then right below that is a AA+, and that's Milwaukee Metro Sewer District. Other than that, we're AA's next, and then we're the AA- for Standard & Poor's. So if there's any questions, I'm here to answer them.
Comments, questions? Clyde?
Just a comment, Candy. Good report. It is obviously wonderful news. Talked to the county finance department, and when their rate went up, they said it definitely was due to our position here, Little Pleasant Prairie, knowing that the position we're in and our growth and what we're doing, and they didn't anticipate our rating would also go up. We also contributed to the county, their rating going up as well. So that's good. Thanks everybody can go into this one.
Other comments, questions?
You know, I think after the conversation, make an explanation. Your presentation, you not want to left to have to say one of the issues because it's evidently that our staff is working very well and very hard. Kathy doing an excellent job in keeping up to date with everything going on. Our budget is well and well presented that somebody watching for us to get the right. Thank you.
Right?
Yeah, I think this was good news, of course, for the village. But it's part of pie. When we visited with Standard & Poor's, one of the things that we described to them was the work that had taken place over the last year and the work we had underway that we're going to begin this year. Part of that is going to be the issues that we're considering tonight, where we're going to continue to make those improvements that we planned for in excellent condition and that we are tracking along a process that we've identified we're going to proceed along as far as acquiring private properties, cleaning those sites up, staying sewer water and roads. So in turn, we can track